The next thing was going to be, make sure you guys talk to your team before you leave. And I spoke about this before, and I didn't listen to my own advice. And I'll be the first one to say I didn't listen to my own advice about going and having a conversation with my team about leaving. I stayed there for over the time. Normally when you stay over the time, they will tell you and they will go file the right paperwork so you cannot break any laws or anything. Now with times changing, because I've literally been in different countries, like in Chile, if you overstayed, you had to go to the government, you had to pay, you had to have a special permission, you had to file these papers. Done it so many times. Now, I know in Chile and I know in Argentina, if you overstay your welcome, they'll make you pay a fine. I think I had to pay $30, and I overstayed since November. It was like 6 months. Paid like $30. That's only relative because Argentina's currency is so low, in the dollar compared to pesos is so low. Chile, it wasn't really that expensive too. I think when we had to do it, it was like $20. But that's because these times are changing. That's just those two countries. There are hundreds and I think thousands of countries. Don't quote me on how many countries there are, but there are a lot. Everybody has their own different rules and things that they abide by. So make sure you just get that in order before with your team to make sure, like, hey, am I good to leave? Am I good to get out of this country without any problems? I'm not having to pay any fines. If I am, about how much will it be? What do I have to do? What do I have to show them? What do I have to explain to them that I was with this team? Because a lot of times teams say you come there, they don't even give you a work visa. They make you be on a traveling visa, a tourist visa. So you're even there. Technically, you're going to be illegal in a lot of countries because they're having you on tourist visas, but you're working. But so they don't have to pay for the tourist visa. For the working visa, they'll make you say you got a tourist visa. Tourist visas only last for about 3 months, 1 month in some countries. So if you're working off of that and you say, what are you here for? They'd be like, oh, I'm here for a tourist, but you overstayed. If you were here for a team, where's the work visa? And you get even more of a different situation.
Power on.
Okay. So those are certain things that you need to look out for and make sure that you pay attention to when you're making these traveling situations from different countries to countries. And the last thing I would want to touch on is your cards, your credit cards. These credit cards that you have, make sure you tap in, go and have the app and put in travel notifications. Make sure your bank allows you to be able to go in and switch travel notifications quickly. Sometimes you're not going to be able to just call your bank. It might be the middle of the night. Finding the right bank to stay with or to bank with when you're overseas that allows you these options to be able to change. Because most of the times if your card is showing that you've been in Argentina for 6 months and then next thing you know you're in Chile and you're swiping over there, they're going to block your card. Or your card can get blocked because they think, what? Fraud. And if you can't get a hold of your bank, I just made a trip from one country to the next. I don't have service yet. You're on the airport Wi-Fi, but you need to use your card, but you can't because it's blocked. And that might be your only card. These things happen. So make sure that you look at the bank that you have to make sure you can know if you can do these things when it's required that you might need it so you don't put yourself in a jam. You don't want to be in a jam because I can't switch my bank account switch my location saying I'm going to be in this country for this long. I bank with Suncoast. I go to my app, travel notification, this day till, I guess, maybe a month. You can put 3 months till then. You change it whenever. Boom, you're good to go. So now when you swipe, your card's not getting blocked. Because when cash, even sometimes when you're in the airport, you have the cash, the currency place be closed because you got in too late. So you can't change the currency. What will you do in these situations? That's why you have to look at the whole spectrum. Making sure you're having the right card, making sure you have cash on you, making sure that you have enough money on the card, all these things. Because you might have all your money inside of your savings account. And you can't transfer it over to your checking account because you don't have, maybe that country don't even have service in the airport and you can't connect. But you have enough on your card in your checking that you would be able to use a couple hundred there for a little bit of time being. I know some people, I know me for most of the time, I don't like to just leave money on my checking. You know, a bill might pop up that you thought you canceled and they just snatch it up out of there. So a lot of people probably don't leave a lot of money in their checking. They leave it in their savings. But when you're about to make that travel to someplace else real quick, make sure that you have these key things, accounted for, because they can help you out and they can save you in a sticky situation. Because pretty much everything comes down to money. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.